Hello everyone, welcome sa aming channel. So for today's video, I'll be discussing all the documents and requirements that foreign tourists should prepare if he or she is planning to visit the Philippines. So in this video, I will try to speak in English and explain it in English so it's more easy for all the foreigners who will watch this video and at least relate and understand what they should prepare before coming in the Philippines. But first, I would like to inform you that all the information that I'll be giving you in this video is based on our experience in departure and arrival in the Philippines. So 3 weeks ago, I went home together with my Italian husband who has foreign passport, and I was the one who prepared everything for him. So when he arrived in the Philippines, everything was so smooth. First, let's talk about all the documents that foreign tourists should prepare before departure. So the first document you should prepare, which is really important, is your passport. It must at least 6 months validity. That is really important, and I think it's not only in the Philippines, but basically if you are traveling all over the world, you should have at least passport with at least 6 months validity. The second document you should prepare is your COVID vaccine. So here in Europe, or at least here in Luxembourg, we have 2 COVID certificate, or we call it EU Digital COVID Certificate. So this is actually my first and second vaccine, while this one is my booster. So this is really important because before you get your first plane, they will ask you the COVID certificate. So if your country has reciprocity agreement with the Philippines, your COVID vaccine certificate is fine. But if it's not reciprocity agreement with the Philippines, you should get the yellow card. So the yellow card is this one. So basically, this one is international certificate of vaccination or prophylaxis. You could apply or you could get this one from your family doctor or with the travel clinic in your country or in the hospitals. So the easiest way to get the yellow card is with your family doctor. You should call them and ask them for the yellow card. But there are some countries that are not using anymore the yellow card. So the best thing you can do is to buy online, and once you receive your yellow card, you should go with your family doctor and ask them to put all your vaccine in your yellow card. This is really important because without yellow card, they won't allow you to enter in the Philippines. But of course, as what I've told earlier, if you're from the country who does have reciprocity agreement with the Philippines, your COVID vaccine certificate is just fine. So the third one is the travel insurance. So a lot of you already know what travel insurance is all about. So all you have to do is purchase one before leaving your country, because in the check-in, they will ask you right away a travel insurance together with other documents. So travel insurance for 1 month is not really expensive. And as of now, a lot of companies, a lot of insurance companies is selling travel insurance that cover medications. And of course, with the medication, COVID treatment is also covered. It should have at least $35,000 coverage for your medication or for your COVID treatment. So in our case, it wasn't that stressful since my husband is working in a travel insurance company here in Luxembourg. But for you, it will be more easy if you will try to look what are the less expensive insurance online you can purchase in your country, and all you have to do is buy for at least 1 month, because if you are foreigner, you can only stay in the Philippines for at least 30 days. So you should have the coverage of that day from the day of arrival until the day you will leave the Philippines. And the fourth documents you should prepare is of course your return ticket. So normally when you buy ticket, you always buy a return ticket. So a return ticket must show once you arrive in the Philippines. They will ask you during your passport control, documents control. So at least be sure that you have your return ticket, because as you know, foreign tourists only allowed for 30 days in the Philippines stay. So you should have your return ticket, so at least you won't have any problem on the arrival process. And of course, a lot of you been asking about this, the PCR test. During our time, like 3 weeks ago when we arrived in the Philippines, we still had our PCR test done in a clinic/laboratory here in Luxembourg, and we paid a lot of money. But as of now, as the latest update of Iatf, antigen test is just fine. So I think it's only cost 19 or 20 euros here in Europe. I don't know in the other country, but you should have at least one. It's either PCR test or antigen. It should be done in a laboratory or a clinic. So much better to inform in the country where you live, because they will not just ask it only in the Philippines but also in your check-in. So you should prepare. You should have RT-PCR test or antigen result, either one or another, as long you have your negative result. So it's much better. You won't have any problem in the arrival in the Philippines. And of course, for the last document you should prepare is the One Health Pass. So this is very important. You should fill out prior to your departure 2 to 3 days at least, or maximum the day of your flight, because you should download your PCR test result here. Once everything is filled out, you will be given a QR code, and this QR code you should present or you should show it during your check-in and also in arriving in the Philippines. So once you have all these documents, you will have a smooth arrival in the Philippines. No quarantine. You only have to do is to do 7-day self-monitoring. This doesn't mean that you have to do quarantine. This means that you should try to avoid a lot of contacts, too many people, at least the first week you will arrive in the Philippines. So please comply all the documents, complete all your documents before your departure, so at least you won't have any problem, not only in the check-in, not only in your layover, but at least once you arrive in the Philippines. You've been waiting for this for almost 2 years. You've been away with your loved ones, and it's time already to be with your family, with your loved ones. So please, before departure, comply and complete all the documents. Good luck everyone. If you have more questions, just comment down below. If you want me to share more experience about our arrival, our travel from Europe to the Philippines, just comment down below. I am happy and willing to help every one of you. Thank you and mabuhay. God bless you all. Keep safe.